Yo, am I in like heaven right now? The lighting is crazy, but good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the shooting that took place last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner and how things are just not necessarily adding up right now. Investigation is fresh, details are still coming out, but things just don't smell right, in my opinion. First, it was weird because it was the first Correspondents' Dinner that Trump has attended as president. He, infamously hates the media and criticism. And actually, it's rumored that the reason why he wanted to run for president, or one of the reasons that inspired him to run for president, was he was mocked during a White House Correspondents' Dinner during Obama's administration, where Obama roasted him, Seth Meyers roasted him, and other comedians. So it just really didn't make sense for him to want to even go to one, even if it was going to be, one that was probably, attended by his supporters in the media, which has been one big glaze sesh for him. It was just odd for him to be there. Then it was odd for how the shooter even got into the building. It was kind of Looney Tunes-esque, and here's the very grainy footage, which also, funny enough, is just so like, it's just so funny that the cameras that are in position that could record this are just have the worst quality possible. I don't know if you guys could hear, it's kind of low, but you're gonna see in the corner on the left side of the screen. Actually, I'm gonna make it full screen. On the left side, oh my god, it's even worse. On the left side of the screen, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, he's gonna come sprinting through, and these are the security guards, and as well as this gentleman over here. And it's just so funny, like, he sprints through, and their first reaction is to draw their weapons. Like, wouldn't you tackle the guy? It's how many people against one? Let's run it back real quick. 1, 2, 3 already at the gates. I can't tell if these are people standing or just like equipment, but we can confirm that there are at least 3 guards here. The 3 of them couldn't, all of them could not have grabbed this man immediately, especially considering that the guy standing over here definitely looks like he's wearing some kind of protective armor.
It looks like he checked it twice.
Oh, this isn't... Okay, I don't think this is the direct footage from the video. I think this is of someone's cell phone recording, because this looks like a monitor screen, but... Yeah, this is a window.
Shall I post it as soon as he passed down that?
18. Go for
And like, look how many security guards file in. Like, how he was able to breach through 2 layers of security, and they stopped him in like the lobby or the room outside of the ballroom where the attendees were. So that's my exhibit B as to why things how he was able to even get past the first or second layer in a situation where Wolf Blitzer attended, the CNN correspondent. And even he noted how heavily secured the room was. There was an increased amount of security versus other years. And just very odd that in a room that was so secure, the suspect was able to get past so many guards. Is that just incompetence? Is that just... I don't know. But Exhibit C as to why it was odd was the fact that if Trump was the likely target of the shooting of the dinner, why was he allowed to give a press conference not too much longer after the shooting had happened? But yeah, it was very odd that for a room that was so tightly secured, that the suspect was able to breach 2 layers of security and get as far as he did. With, apparently he was, if I go back to the Reuters report real quick, he was armed with several knives, a shotgun, and a handgun. And then further, what was weird was what things that he was saying in his press conference, mentioning that the ballroom wasn't secure, that they were the one that they were in. I'll play the clip here.
It's not a particularly secure building.
Which, again, how is it not a particularly secure building when we have been having correspondence dinners there for decades? And this is, for the first time in my life that I've ever heard of any of this happening. This didn't happen under Obama. This didn't happen under Biden. And it seems kind of odd that these kind of situations keep happening to Trump himself. Situation in Butler. There was Ryan Ruth was, I think, another attempted assassination. There was this tonight. It's like, why are there so many attempts, so many close attempts on the president's life when I can assure you, when there was a black president, there was probably significant increase in the number of death threats to the White House. But if any, I don't recall, and I was young during the Obama administration. I don't recall any serious threats on their life in this manner where the president himself was attacked, or seems like every time the president's in a room with closed doors that some shit's gonna happen. Like, it seems very odd. I'm just saying, it just seems odd.
I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military.
But drones and bulletproof glass would not have prevented the guy from getting through the layers of security that he did. Didn't use a drone, and he didn't shoot through any glass. This wasn't an external attack. He just ran. He literally, Looney Tunes ass, ran through your security, and they somehow got lucky that he didn't get any further.
You're demanding it.
And okay, that's another thing that I just thought of. Suspect, light-skinned black guy. You mean to tell me, light-skinned black guy in a room full of cops, somehow that nigga gets fucking out the room alive? Huh? That was my fucking final clue that this shit is fucking staged. To be, if we're gonna be completely honest, how the fuck did he run into a room? There were probably more guns in that room than in any other room in America that's not a fucking gun store. And he was able to make it out alive, getting some people heard 6 shots. He did hit an officer. So, like, what? Okay.
No, it's not a particularly secure building, and I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have.
Oh, yeah, this is just running again. Another thing that was weird was the reactions of the people in the room. So as this was going on, as chaos was unraveling, it's a chaotic situation, some of the attendees took upon themselves to, take advantage of the situation and start looting the wine from the venue. Hold on one sec. Bruh. Shooting going on. Don't know what anybody's hurt or anything like that, and we're just gonna, gotta take the Pinot. Gotta take the Pinot. Oh, what's going on over here? Bro, they're taking selfies with the champagne as people are filing out of the room. It's just odd behavior. It's just very odd. Now, I'm sure we'll get more details as to, the motivations for the shooting, because as of right now, there doesn't really seem to be much evidence of any political motivations. Scott Pressler, who's like MAGA's Barbie doll, he is jumping on claims that the guy donated to Act Blue. So this is a Democrat shooting. Let me see if I can find his stupid ass post. Holy cow, the gunman that opened fire at the White House Correspondent Center is 31-year-old Cole Allen. It appears that Cole Allen donated via Act Blue to Kamala Harris for president. Bro donated $25 2 years ago, and this was a radicalized Democrat assassination attempt. So I don't know if this is going to be MAGA's official line, that this guy was an agent for Kamala Harris, or rather they're jumping on the fact that the guy donated $25 and he's an agent for Kamala Harris. But yeah, just a very overall weird situation. But that's all I got for this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment anything y'all got, and subscribe for more. I will see y'all next time.